Right now, we're in the depth of hell. Another loss at home, another 2-1 defeat to Manchester City, and it hurts. But if there's one thing that keeps us going as a Liverpool fan, it's memories. Because sometime in order to survive a crisis like this one, we're going to have to relive the past. So Liverpool fans, there's an answer to a question I need, and only you guys can answer it for me. Will we ever get back to this level? The vibe, the dominant, world-class players in every position, a world-class manager, the fear we put into opponents. Over the years, we set the standard to win, to take over football. And now, that isn't the case. But that doesn't matter right now. So, let's relive the memories. It's KBM here. Thank you guys for tuning in. If you guys like more content like this, please like, subscribe, and lock in for more. Anyway, let's get into it. At one point, we were close to perfection. Every game played possible. 2 trophies, 1 out of 4. 92 points, 2 finals, 1 point off the league. A team that genuinely looked unstoppable. So where did it go wrong? How did this become that? Because in 2022, we were perfect. Van Dijk resurgent, Salah playing like a superhuman, Jota, Diaz, Mane, every single player at the peak of their power. So, Liverpool fans, what do you think went wrong? Let's go back. Before heading into the 21-22 season, Liverpool didn't really get a lot of respect from rivals due to the lack of recruitment in the summer compared to the likes of Chelsea, Man City and Man United, and also due to the performance and the standards we set the season before. So obviously the season before we had injuries, we lost a lot of games, we set unwanted record due to losing 6-7 games in a row and also not scoring in multiple of those games. Due to that fact, a lot of fans didn't really respect us. A lot of fans didn't really have the expectation of us doing well. A lot of fans actually predicted that we would finish behind Manchester United and Champions League winners at the time, Chelsea. So there wasn't really a lot of respect and a lot of recognition towards that Liverpool squad. So heading into the 21-22 season, the predictions were everywhere. Chelsea challenging for the league, City winning the league, United top 4. But Liverpool, a squad with no depth, not competing for the league, can't compete for any trophies. But I tell you now, this wasn't the case. So, heading into that season, this is a question for the all Liverpool fans. Be honest. At the time, coming back off that 2020-21 season where Van Dijk got injured, Gomez got injured, Matip got injured, the result that we were setting, the record, everything overall that season. Were you guys optimistic heading into the next season? Did you guys have any hope that Liverpool could maybe find their way back to the level that we've been setting, the standard that we've been setting at over the last 4 to 5 years? Because personally, I knew what we were capable of. So, the level and the standard that we set in the 21-22 season, did that level surprise you? Or did it meet the expectation you already had? A fully fit squad, a fully fit Liverpool, Virgil van Dijk returning after that horrific ACL injury that ruled him out for the entire season, questioned everywhere. Would he be the same? Could he dominate? We'll get back to that one. Opening day of the season, away to Norwich, who is recently promoted to the Premier League, a convincing performance by Liverpool with a 3-0 win, goals scored by Salah, Jota and Firmino, with Salah providing 2 assists and a goal. That performance wasn't just a win, it was a warning. Because that was the first sign of the level that Mohamed Salah was about to reach. And from there, Liverpool didn't slow down. Convincing league performances, control, intensity, confident. A draw against Chelsea, but a statement performance. And then the Champions League. A group labelled as the group of death. AC Milan, Atletico Madrid, Liverpool, and Porto. But Liverpool convincingly 6 games, 6 wins. The first English team to ever do it. Complete domination. And suddenly, the field was back. The doubts were silenced. At this point in the season, Liverpool weren't just competing. We were reminding the world who we were. Going band for band against Manchester City, with Salah incredible performances with 2 solo goals back-to-back against Watford. First Premier League player in history to go a hat-trick at Old Trafford. He was genuinely unstoppable. The numbers he was setting, the level he was reaching. He was on the course of winning the Ballon d'Or. Due not to only his performances, but the team overall. At this point, the narrative completely changed. The question no longer wasn't, can Liverpool keep up? It was, can anyone stop them? Going up against a recently promoted team away at Brentford, we started the game very shaky due to the atmosphere and the intensity set by Brentford. This was due to the underestimation from the Liverpool squad, and this eventually cost us. Dropping crucial points against Brentford, drawing 3-3 in a game where Liverpool were favourite. This allowed City to contain a further gap in the table, leaving Liverpool a couple points behind both Chelsea and Manchester City. Not only was this the game that cost us in the moment in time, but also causing the inevitable to happen at the end of the season. But we'll get back to that. Again, quite a few results cost us overall in that season, and that answered the question of Liverpool's superhuman dominance, due to a loss against West Ham, due to a loss against Leicester City, where reasonably we were the favourite to win, and also throwing away a 2-0 lead to draw at Stamford Bridge to a title challenger at the time, Chelsea, falling double digits behind City by January. After the Chelsea game, the question about the lack of depth in the Liverpool squad were asked all pre-season, even during the season. Well, in this period, due to the recent departure to go participate in the African Cup of Nations, Mo Salah and Sadio Mane, the likes of Fabinho, Jota and Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain, with also the addition of Luis Diaz from Porto, silenced the doubters in winning every single game in the absence of both the African players. This allowed Liverpool to gain a closer advantage against Manchester City in the Premier League table, also progressing to the final of the Carabao Cup and also the FA Cup competition. And this is where the life of a Liverpool fan started to thrive. Ask any Liverpool fan about April 2022. Oh, that was a time. Liverpool 5-0 United. Liverpool 2-0 Everton. Liverpool 2-0 Valencia. Liverpool beating Manchester City in the semi-final of the FA Cup. This was the month we all started to believe that we could conquer football. FA Cup final, Carabao Cup final, Champions League final, 1 point behind Manchester City, a couple games left to go. We was almost there. But let's be honest, did you believe it was possible? Or was it too much to handle the constant requirement of high-level performances from our squad? It wasn't easy. And this is the game that proved why. With an opportunity to take over Manchester City, both teams looked like they weren't going to drop points anytime soon. Liverpool going up against Tottenham in a must-win game with a couple games left to play. City also having West Ham up next with their eventually loss. Liverpool didn't make use of the advantage by drawing to Tottenham at Anfield, allowing the advantage to go right back to the team of Manchester. This was genuinely a sign of slowing down for the Liverpool squad. Eventually progressing to all competition finals, Champions League, FA Cup, Carabao Cup, winning the Carabao Cup on penalties against Chelsea, winning the FA Cup on penalties against Chelsea also, with 2 trophies already delivered. So there were 2 left, and that was the Champions League and the Premier League. Champions League against Real Madrid, the monsters of the competition in Champions League, where we were heavily the favourite to win. With also going into the last game of the season, we had Wolves and City had Aston Villa. 1 point behind, one of the teams needed to lose and one of the teams needed to win. Like I said, so close to perfection. City being 2-0 down at the Etihad to both Steven Gerrard and Coutinho, looking like a written in the stars moment for Liverpool to go ahead and win the Premier League until the laces were tied. Kevin De Bruyne, Rodri and Gundogan historically turned over deficits, allowing them to win the league, leaving us broken-hearted, finishing second again with 1 point behind the winners. But like I said, Leicester, West Ham, Brentford, Chelsea, all these games had allowed this moment of not us winning the league happening. Heading into the Champions League final as heavily favourites, going up against an informed Benzema, who alongside Mane and Salah at the time, who were on the course of winning the Ballon d'Or. And to be fair to you guys, I don't even want to talk about this game, especially after, so let's get back into it. The vibe for that year was incredible. The hope itself in us completing football, conquering football itself, it was amazing. It allowed the city, it allowed the club itself to connect and become a family. And that was due to the level that we and the standard we set as a football club. And that was actually possible due to the team, the quality and the manager. And this is my question for you Liverpool fans. Considering the circumstances right now, do you see us ever getting back to that level?